OTAs phase 1. Like I said, man, this is still the non-mandatory portion, but we do like to acknowledge, man, when we do see the guys pulling up and stuff like that, because it's more so just a commitment, man. It's more so just saying to the guys, man, yo, we here. We all agree that, man, we trying to get better. We want to do it collectively. We can obviously go work on our own at our own places, and there is nothing against those guys that do that, man. I've had great teammates that did that, and nothing ever was an issue. But at the same time, man, it is something about when you're all there, man, and we're willing to be here when we know we don't have to be here, man. So when you see dudes like Russ, Justin Fields, you see Pickens, you see Move, you see all these dudes, man, that we know that we're, fans of, we want to see continuing to grow and be better. All them dudes being in that building right now, man, I think it's a huge, man, a huge step in the right direction for us this season, man. So, like I said, man, I wanted to, tap into them dudes and, shout out to them cats like that, man.
Yeah, is there anything like really interesting going on right now? I didn't see anything. Like I think Pat Freiermuth gave a quote or two.
Yeah, nothing for us here. But what we talked a little bit earlier, I said, man, during OTA season, you kind of learn stuff, right? So phase 1 of OTAs is non-mandatory, but you always try to see who's showing up, who's not, who's disgruntled, who's not. League-wide, though, we talked about Courtland Sutton at one point potentially being one of those guys that we could, are you interested, not interested in? OTAs have started for those guys out there, and he's not there, and he's already said that he's not there because he wants a new contract. So,
well, I don't want to give him a new contract.
Well, fair enough on that. We understand that part, but in terms of an option,
yeah,
as we talked about the Brandon Ayuk's, we talked about the T. Higgins. It's like, well, now we know for a fact there is smoke, there is fire because of this phase starting, and now this is the first thing where we're actually seeing him say, I'm not going to be here until this gets done. So that's the part where I am like, okay, but what's the number for a dude like Courtland Sutton?
Well, I would love to get him on like the Stephon Diggs program, trade for him, and then somehow delete all of his other years and just make this a 1-year deal, and that's it.
Because you're right, the Texans did do that.
But I don't think Sutton's contract is anything crazy. It's like 2 years left. Yeah. But if he wants a new contract, then I don't think he's going to be that happy going to a new team and not getting a contract where he worked. I think that's going to be all part of the deal. I would assume maybe that's a ploy to just get a change of scenery, though, too.
That could also be the case, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's a little happier playing under the contract here in Pittsburgh than opposed to being in Denver.
And what are the numbers that he's getting right now in his deal? Because that's the other part.
It's like $13 million a year.
13. That's actually lower than I thought. I don't know why I thought he was higher teens. I thought he was around Deontay's range.
Yeah, he got his contract a few years ago, 2021. Average salary 15. Sorry.
Okay, 15. Okay.
Cap hits for the next 2 years are 17 each.
Yeah.
Dead cap, only $9 million this year. 17 cap hit, dead cap 9. Broncos could just cut him.
I mean, if that happens, then great.
That'd be awesome.
Heck yeah.
Because I don't think he's going to be signing with a team for – I know he wants a new contract. I don't think he's signing for more than that right now if you're just let loose on the open market.
Well, because I was going to ask you, if you're the Steelers, would you pay him what you paid Deontay? I win it.
No. Mike Williams just got a 1-year, $15 million deal with the Jets.
Mm-hmm. No, Mike was coming off the injury, though.
Yeah, I think Sutton's been – I don't know. I mean, Williams ain't terrible.
Sutton hasn't lived up all the way either, though.
Yeah, exactly.
He ain't lived up all the way.
Right. He's been banged up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him getting more than 15. If he just wanted it to be a 1-year deal, but that would be the range still.
Yeah.
And that would work out for the Steelers, I think.
Absolutely. Because
I'd take that all day.
I'm trying to think from the Steelers' perspective. Could you make any 1-year situation make sense where you would bump that number up? If he's at 15 right now, could you talk yourself into maybe 17? I still can't to me, I have a hard problem saying I would pay Courtland Sutton at 18 when I was paying Deontay Johnson 18 and we didn't want to keep that. Because to me, I still think that DJ is just, I think, a better player.
Yeah. Maybe he wants more guarantees.
That could. How much guarantees do we have left on the deal?
Yeah, I have no clue, but I'm guessing not that much if the dead cap's 9, the cap hits 17 for this year, and then next year the dead cap's 3, the cap hits 17.
Yeah, so it can't be anything.
So it's basically he's basically left on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Right now, as is. That's probably just he probably just wants some security for an extra 2-3 years. So maybe he's not looking for a higher average salary necessarily, just more years, just more guarantees, more security. Okay. I don't want to do for multiple years. 10, 11.
See, tough take a big cut. Oh, you cut throat with it low.
We'll give you more security.
They said, look, I'm going to extend you. Give you more money, but I'm going to pay you less per year. Dang, cold-blooded with it.
He could be great value.
Oh, 100% he could.
Like, I'm not opposed to getting Courtland Sutton.
And I think he would fit what we already have in terms of the bigger bodies. We still feel great about, or still feel really good about GP, so we're not asking something to be something that we haven't seen him turn into at this stage in his career. It's like, yo, that just might be who he is.
You know what contract kills this right now is the Jerry Jeudy deal. $17.5 million.
Oh God!
But you look at the other
Judy's
guys.
But Judy's more productive, isn't he?
I don't know.
We're splitting hairs, but Judy got paid later, so
He's younger. Yeah, he's younger.
Yeah.
Different stage of his career.
Yeah.
Like Sutton already signed his big deal. So you look at some of the guys that are in this range, though. Tyler Lockett's getting 15. Hopkins is getting 13. Gabe Davis just got 13. Mooney got 13. Lazard 11. Jacoby Myers got 11. Tyler Boyd coming off of 10.
I think Sutton has been more productive than those dudes, though.
Some of them, yeah, for sure. I agree with that. He's older though.
Yeah,
he's 29, where
them
Davis
dudes
is
are
25. Mooney's 27. I'm definitely with you on Lazard. I think he's overrated as hell. He just was given that contract because Rodgers is over with the Jets.
You know how it goes, bro.
Brandon Cooks is getting 10. He's 31. Brandon Cooks has been damn productive.
Yeah, that dude at aged like a fine wine, man. That's Mr. 1,000 yards.
Yeah, so I don't think 10 or 11 would be unreasonable for like a 2 or 3 year deal.
I just think it's just crazy. So he'll take this cut and we're going to extend it longer, though. Because I'm like, if he go take, I'm like, I don't see why he would want to do that. You could just stay in Denver, play out the rest of your deal.
He says he wants a new deal, though. That's the monkey wrench in the situation.
Yeah. Or maybe give him more guaranteed. Yeah, like you said, give him more guarantee up front, but less. I'd
also be fine with just trading for Sutton right now and just leaving the contract as is.
Yeah.
All right, we'll deal with the 17 cap hit, but we could easily cut you next year.
What did he do
I'd
last
be fine
year?
with that, but again, if he's worried about the contract.
Let's see what he did last year, bro.
It was like 700 or 800 yards off the top of my head. Seems like he likes Russ. You know what? He's only 28 years old. He's going to be 29 middle of the season.
Man. Played in 16 games last year. 15 year before that. 17 year before that. Yeah, he's 7,800. Yeah. Only got 1K season.
Yeah, had a Pro Bowl. 10 touchdowns last year, though.
Yeah. Only on 59 catches on 90 targets. He had 100 targets the year before that. 64 catches, 100. Okay.
I could live with that as our wide receiver, too.
That could work. That could definitely work, man.
Has a prior connection with Russ.
Yeah. Relatively quiet from what I've seen. I haven't seen a ton of nonsense with him.
No.
Heck, you heard more from Jerry Jeudy with the Steve Smith than, Courtland Sutton. Yeah.
I'm fine with trading for him. And it wouldn't cost us that much, I don't think. Denver in rebuild mode. Sutton, obviously.
Yeah.
Things aren't going exactly right with him there.
Something's off, right?
Yeah, I think he probably wants out. So, yeah, late round pick, get Sutton, take on that cap hit. Maybe Omar Khan does some restructuring. We're looking good. We got some wide receiver security. I'd take him over Tyler Boyd.
I was literally about to ask you,
I'd take him over all the
bro?
wide receiver options in free agency right now.
Huh.
He's not as good as Ayuk
no,
or
wait a
Higgins,
minute. I was going to say, when you say free agency, are you talking about open market or are you talking about T.
strictly
Higgins
free
and
agency.
Ayuk? Okay.
Not T. Higgins and Ayuk. Strictly free agency. like Odell.
Yeah, the guys that we'd
Boyd,
have to like go sign, not
DJ
trade for.
Chark.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Okay.
I'd take him over all
All right,
them.
respect.
Just for a late round pick. It can't be. What did Judy go for? Judy went for peanuts.
Yeah.
He went for like a 5th or a 6th, right?
I thought it was a 6. But then you got the deal though.
Yeah. That's the thing. Sutton says he wants a new deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying you more.
You said
I'll give you
Judy
some
got
years.
17.
Yeah. Stupid. That's the Browns, though.
The Browns, man.
Yeah, fine by me. Whatever.
Yeah, I personally don't want to pay him 17. But
No,
I definitely think he
like
fits
that's what
that,
his
bro.
cap hit is right now. I'd take that on if it's
Yeah.
just a late pick and all right, we just got to deal with the 17 this year. That's it. And then
Now,
it
Do
could be
you
a
have
clean
any
break after that.
concerns though? If GP doesn't take that next step, you essentially got Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy all over again.
I don't like that comparison.
that was-
No, I don't like that comparison.
You don't like the
No, I can't. No. Pickens, no, he's incapable of being Jerry Jeudy.
All right, I'm just saying if he doesn't go to the next level, we've seen him where we've seen him. In this scenario, he has to take that next step though.
I don't think Judy's even hit what Pickens did last year. That's my thing. Pickens was really good last year.
I'm saying Jerry Jeudy doesn't have a season though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if he's got over 1,000 to be honest.
Fair.
Worse hands than Pickens for sure.
I would definitely agree.
Yeah, less reliable.
Mm-hmm. Either way, what I'm saying is it feels light.
What?
If
The room.
Yeah, it would feel light to me a little bit.
Pickens
man.
and Sutton.
If Pickens don't take that next step, but if Pickens does, then we're good. But this is the convo that we've had in the reverse order of when we're talking about bringing in an Ayuk or bringing in a Higgins, or even would you draft one of these receivers early on? If you're not confident that that can take, if he can do that or he will do that, those are, the convos with it. It's like, could you live with it if it's him and him? Whereas if it was Ayuk and him, we're saying to ourselves, we still feel dang good about Brandon Ayuk and his production, that if this doesn't get any better and this is just who he is, that he can still carry us, he can still hold us down. T. Higgins, if this never gets better, T. Higgins can still carry us, T. Higgins can still hold us down. That's kind of how I'm looking at this right now with Courtland Sutton. I'm like, if he doesn't, do we feel that he can? Because we know the other two, we say yes.
Right. That's why he's the lesser option between the guys that are potentially available for trade. I just think Pickens is that dude. That's the thing. I think adding Sutton to me is just kind of like some house money, because I even said before, I think we could live with the receiver room as is, given Pickens takes the next step.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the catalyst for all of this. Like, if you're trading for a Courtland Sutton, you still do need Pickens to elevate.
Right.
So, but I would say the same thing, too, if we don't trade for any of these guys and we just draft a receiver in the second round.
Okay.
Like, we need Pickens to elevate.
Yeah. But as long
The
as
only
you feel
two
like he will
options where I
elevate,
guess you don't
then,
need
yeah.
is the Higgins or the Ayuk.
Yeah.
But I still think Pickens will and should elevate in that scenario as well. He should. Like, there's no reason for him.
You know
not to.
how it
There's
happens,
literally no
though.
reason
But
outside of him
I'm
getting in
with
his
you.
own way.
But we do this every year, though. We do this every year. It did every, offseason we come back and we're like, oh, that dude actually did not do what we thought he was going to do. Or he did not take that next step to being great. He just kind of stayed at really good.
You talking about Claypool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pickens is already better than Claypool.
Respect.
Like what
I
Claypool
would
did
agree.
in his first 2 years.
But Claypool's first 2 years, bro, we were all
I
in here
know.
like, yo, he's about to take another step.
I know.
And then before we knew it, he was traded, gone, and everything. It's a whole another variation of him now, man.
I think what helped Claypool a lot was having Big Ben here. Whereas Pickens, with some up and down quarterback play, particularly last year, still put out 1,100 yards. So, yeah, I already think Pickens has eclipsed, like, Claypool's development being here. It's just, can you legitimately be top 5 in the league now?
Because if we asking for these,
I can't see Pickens getting worse.
Elite, that's what I'm saying. I don't think, and don't. Yeah, I hope I ain't come off as like him taking a step back. I'm just simply saying if he never grows from what we currently see him as, throw it up to him or back shoulder dude, right? Occasional overall, like that's kind of where he is. If it never grows from that, can we still survive and feel great this season if it's Courtland Sutton?
You know what? I think he's the one player that of like all these scenarios that, yeah, I think you could. Like Higgins and Ayuk, those are unique in terms of like you're not relying on a Pickens breakout year as much, right? If you're signing Boyd or all those other free agent guys, I still am talking about drafting a dude.
Yeah.
And then if you're drafting a dude,
now you've essentially loaded up the wide receiver room even more. If you're still signing a T Boyd and drafting something in the second round, right?
Yeah, so let's say we don't sign anyone or don't add anyone to the receiver room, and we end up drafting a dude. I feel like Sutton is in that kind of conversation. I think he's the one receiver that where I'm like, I don't think we actually need to draft a dude. I think he can replace that early pick for us.
Okay.
Like if Pickens gives us the same exact year last year, and then Sutton gives us like 800 yards or something, and good target for Russ in the red zone, maybe gets us like 8 or 9 touchdowns. I think we're all right as an offense because I think we're going to be running the ball pretty damn good. Muth is going to get his work. I could live with that. Could it be a little disappointing? Maybe. If we're winning games and pounding the rock, I don't care.
For sure.
What do you think?
I think
I'm good with going with Sutton. Essentially, if we trade for Sutton, I'm good with going as this is our receiver core into 2024.
So to me, if we go with Sutton, I still think we can get it done, but I do feel like it puts a lot of pressure on GP taking another step forward. Not saying that we couldn't still win with him being where he's at right at 1,000 yards and Sutton right at 700, 800 yards. We could still make that work, but essentially that's what we had last year. 1,000-yard receiver in GP, a dude that was around 800, 900 in DJ. And it still at times didn't feel explosive. Still at times we felt limited offensively. Now we know we had other things at play, but that's kind of how I'm thinking. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to just take the approach of not bare minimum, but if I could really upgrade it and I can afford to do it. And we're not talking, 5-year thing. We're talking maybe a 1 to 2. Like, I need it right now. Why not go get that one? And that's kind of why I'm like, I would rather go and get an Ayuk or a Higgins if I'm going to make the move than going to get a Sutton, because I feel like with Sutton, I personally would still probably draft another receiver.
I would too, but later. I wouldn't be as determined to get a guy in the first or second round.
Okay.
Like, I'd be fine with drafting a McCaffrey or someone in the third.
Oh, okay. So I thought you was about to say like McCaffrey's in like the 6th. I'm like, I can't wait that long. I feel like I got to go second, third. Like, I'm not as pressed in the second, but I feel like I still want to get a receiver or get somebody in that third.
I wouldn't be opposed, but I don't think it would be as big of a need anymore.
Yeah. Respect, though.
Because our receiver room would look pretty damn sick if we got like Pickens, Sutton, and like a McConkey or something.
I would agree.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely would agree. It would make it a lot easier for them quarterbacks, man.
But then the question is,
yep,
what didn't you draft to get him?
Yeah.
Do we have our center?
Yep. What did we give up?
Did we?
Everything.
As long as we get the center, I think it could be dealer's choice for receiver, cornerback, tackle for your next pick or next couple picks. Do whatever you want. Just get the center. I think then we'll be playing with house money.
Yeah.
And that is dependent on Sutton, because right now, or just bringing in another receiver beforehand, because right now I feel like we do got to get a receiver early.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very strongly about that.
Otherwise, we limited offensively. And we don't want to be limited with Mr. Unlimited.
Again, I think we could live with what we got right now. But if you can get a dude in the second round, if you can trade for an Ayuk, a Sutton, any one of these dudes, it only helps your offense. You don't want to hurt it like Canada was doing all last year.
Yeah.
Bring weapons in. Open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Be versatile.
Talent.
All the things Canada wasn't doing.
Well, You know, they said it was a package deal. Just remember that.
What?
The two that are no longer.